Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we'll be reviewing the Bataleon Wallie, made with real chunks of Wallie. This board is available in 148, 151, 154, 154 wide, and 156. This board features a low traditional camber, which basically means it's a micro camber, into the jib 3BT, as well as the Wallie tips, which mean they're like really aggressively kicked up. Basically, it's a very mellow, easy to engage traditional camber. I rode this board at Arapahoe Basin late in the day in the spring, so it was bluebird skies, warmer temps, little bit of wind. You had chunder snow, mashed potato snow, slushy snow, firm snow, kind of just everything in between. And I rode it with my K2 Thraxis boots and my K2 Indy bindings. It's a jib stick, so of course it's going to be soft and playful. You got these immense sweet spots out in the tip, a little bit stiffer right at the inserts, and then matching flex to the tips right between the feet with a lot of torsional flex. Basically, super soft board, and you're gonna feel everything in it. There is no stability. This board just resonates and reverberates everything, so you feel those vibrations, you feel the chatter. If you're not careful in rutted out terrain, you're gonna get bucked around. As this board has a very mellow traditional camber, you don't have to load it. It's a skate-like pop, but not quite skate-style pop. I mean, almost all the snap pretty much comes from the rider and how hard you push off that back leg or front leg if you're nollieing or ollieing. It's one of those boards that it's not the snappiest. There's a tiny little bit of rebound, but not a crazy amount. And when it comes to jumps, small and maybe medium-ish, and I mean, medium is like really pushing. I think like 20, 25 feet, you better know how to land bolts every time or you're gonna fucking die. But it's a jib stick. That's what it is through and through. So don't expect it to be the snappiest thing out there. Alright, so it's a jib stick. Obviously, it's going to be good at buttering. You've got these huge sweet spots out in the tip. You got that 3BT. You've got that Wallie tip, so it's just super abrupt kick. Basically, you can press into the snow however you want with it, and you're going to manhandle this thing. It's going to be your little prison bitch. You're going to be like, no, you're doing this, and it's going to be like, oh, okay, I'll do it. Leave me alone. And then it's probably going to fold, and, you know, that's it. It's at home on rails. You want to make sure that you land in the center of the 3BT so you can press into it. Slow speeds, fast speeds, it doesn't really matter. You can just throw this thing at a rail and it's going to do some tricks on it. That's what this board is for, in case you haven't gotten that point yet. Which, if you haven't gotten that point yet, there's no hope for you. Short, quick turns. That's pretty much all you want to do on this thing. If you're trying to carve on it, you're going to overpower it. You can't push off the tail. There's no drive out of it. You can really torsionally twist the board and flex it however you want. But it's not designed for carving in the slightest. It's really designed for setup turns. I mean, if you're going to go hit urban, yeah, this is probably a great board for you. If you're riding a rope toe and going straight into rails, sure, go for it. But if you have to throw in a hard turn, it's just not going to happen. There are such limitations. Who's this board for? Jibber, 100% jibber. That's it. So I'll say this, the last time I rode this board, they gave me a 151. This time I got a 54, so of course it's going to be a little bit stiffer. But overall, the board still feels just a hair stiffer than what it used to be, which is good because that older one that I rode was just a frickin' wet noodle. I mean, you could just tie it in knots if you wanted to. Board has limitations. It's a jib stick through and through. If you can't grasp that concept, when you look at it and you read the product description, there's literally no hope for you. I mean, if you're riding like a 300-foot hill, probably great. If you're just gonna go out and ride the backyard and hit rails, sure, fine. But if you're hoping to ride this thing around the mountain, I'd look elsewhere. There are stiffer boards that are still jib-tastic from Bataleon, from Lobster, that have that 3BT. Comparable boards: the K2 Worldwide Weapon, the Capita Horoscope, the Nidecker Sensor. This has been my review of the Bataleon Wallie. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own one? Are you going to buy one? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this snowboard. If you're new here, remember to subscribe. Click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we've got coming out for you. And if you really want to support us and you want to see us just grow out the snowboard network that we're working on over here, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a whole video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.